In this particular video, I want to address atmospheric anomalies and potential regions as we did in the past, because people keep asking about where is an earthquake going to happen, where are the potential regions. We used to indicate potential regions based on atmospheric anomalies, atmospheric fluctuations, but there are some major problems also because of the limited technology that we have. So let's go into this. This is a specific atmospheric anomaly. And this is from August 30th, 2023. And you see this typical M shape. We used to use these atmospheric anomalies to indicate potential regions. And in this particular case, on the 30th of August 2023, based on this fluctuation, we marked these potential regions. That's south of Africa, there is a fault line. That is on the south mid-Atlantic ridge, there's a fault. Here between Morocco and Portugal, there's also a fault line, and to the north there on the northern mid-Atlantic ridge, that's just south of Iceland. These are potential regions. So we have multiple regions. We don't know which one may have a larger earthquake. It could even be a little bit off towards the Azores or towards Italy. There is no reliable way to say, oh, it's going to be here or it's going to be there. So we have multiple regions. That's number one. And if we have multiple anomalies over a week, we may end up with 10, 15 potential regions. That's a lot. Furthermore, when is a large earthquake going to happen? Because it could be within 1 day of an atmospheric anomaly. It could also be within 10 days or 15 days. In this particular case, this was on the 30th of August 2023. We did have an earthquake 9 days later on 8 September in Morocco. This was just south of this anomaly. Right? It was 9 days after the fluctuations occurred. Nobody knows if it's going to be 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 8 days. So if we have these fluctuations, then people start asking about 4 or 5 days later, are we still in danger? Well, we don't know, because in some extreme cases we found 15 or even 20 days. That's just not actionable. There are so many uncertainties with these atmospheric anomalies. We have multiple regions. We have an uncertainty with the timing. There's the time frame between fluctuations and potential seismic activity. That just doesn't work. So atmospheric anomalies, yes, they do indicate upcoming seismic activity. But with the current technology, it is just too limited. We would need magnetometers around the globe, a network to triangulate potential regions. And I don't know if that is even possible at this time. So how did I actually predict the large earthquakes in Turkey then in 2023? Because people say, well, you did it in 2023 in Turkey. Yes, we did. However, that was not based on atmospheric anomalies. It was based on planetary geometry, because on 4-5 February 2023 we had a full moon, you can see that here, and we had Mercury in alignment with the Sun and Uranus, and at the same time Venus in alignment here with the Sun and Jupiter. This is an obvious convergence with both Mercury and Venus involved at the time of full moon. This is an obvious convergence. So we know that following such a convergence we can have an obvious seismic increase. And furthermore, in the days leading up to the large earthquakes in Turkey, there was an obvious seismic increase in the magnitude 4 range. On the 3rd of February there was another magnitude 4.4 near the upcoming epicenter, the later epicenter, and that prompted me to issue a warning that sooner or later there will be a large earthquake on the South or the East Anatolia Fault. While most people, they were actually focusing on the North Anatolia Fault. And a later scientific study actually concluded that a seismic increase started 8 months before the earthquake. So yes, we can go by current seismic activity that can indicate upcoming larger seismic activity, but that's a long shot as well. So here we have the reason why we no longer use atmospheric anomalies. We still monitor the atmosphere. It is also a live feed on the website, but we don't use it currently to indicate potential regions because there are simply too many uncertainties. And most importantly, regions that are not marked can still have larger earthquakes. So people in regions that were not marked may have a false sense of safety if their region is not marked, and we don't want that. So currently we limit the forecasts to just global forecasts. so that everyone in earthquake-prone areas know when to be on extra alert. If we indicate on 4 for around the 6 is going to be more critical, be on extra alert. Everyone in earthquake-prone areas know when to be on extra alert. That is the safest way, and it's equal for everyone. There are no mistakes about it, no false sense of safety or anything like that. This is an explanation why we stopped indicating potential regions. I hope you understand. Thanks for watching.